Welcome back to Friday Night Gaming, where we're playing the Forgotten City and we have no idea what to do next. We have to stop Milios from participating in the election because oh my gosh, he commits the what's the word? He does something to enact the golden rule, everybody dies. And I'm trying to figure out how to talk to Olivia. So there's a lot. So I'm gonna try talking to his wife. I know she didn't want to talk to us before. I'm just gonna try it again. Because I don't know what else to do. Oh gosh, I forgot these stairs. You go up real fast. All right, where is she? Was her name Claudia? Oh. Unlock the door. Hey, girl.
You're not supposed to be in here.
I know can we talk?
Talk? What business could you possibly have with me?
Okay, this is new, so how would you like to get some help? Or how would you like getting back at whatever? What's his face?
An intriguing proposition. Go on.
I don't think Milios is who he says he is.
Perhaps you're not as silly as those clothes make you look. What makes you say that?
Well, just a hunch. I was hoping we could figure out his true identity.
You know, I may have the very thing you're looking for.
Yes! Okay,
Some time
cool.
ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a love letter. Only he used the wrong name. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, the name he got wrong was his own.
Oh?
I confronted him about it, and he stammered through some incoherent response. I let it go, eventually, and yet questions have lingered in the back of my mind ever since. But wait a minute. Why exactly are you helping me?
Because I need information. I want to force him to withdraw from the election. We women need to stick together.
To withdraw? Listen, I may not be Penelope to his Ulysses, but to ruin his plans to become a magistrate...
Shit.
You must think me quite mad. I've heard enough. Get out of here at once. Domitius, come quickly. We're being robbed.
Shit. I hope he doesn't show up because that's going to be really scary. Alright. Oh, he's doing push-ups. Well, I'm going to be starting... Girl, I'm trying. Where's what's-her-face? Priestess! Priestess? There you are. I'm gonna try this one more time, and then I'm gonna reset my life. So I've been asking people about how they wound up here.
Did you notice anything? A pattern?
Some people mention a coin.
Yes. I suppose that could be something. But then most of us do tend to carry coins on our person, don't we? What else?
They mentioned a river.
Yes. I understand many of our friends were carried here by a river current. What else?
And some people mentioned memory lapse.
That's true. I
What?
know I wasn't entirely sure how I wound up here. It's as I feared. I think I understand what poor Livia has been going through. Let me ask you this. Did you happen to encounter a stranger in the forest before you arrived here?
Karen? Yeah.
And did you happen to catch her name?
Karen.
I see. And was this Karen by any chance wearing a hood?
No, she was wearing a hoodie. How could you have known that?
Because I've seen her before. There's something I think you should see. I think you'd better follow me to the baths.
So was this alright, I'll meet you in the baths. Was this a glitch?
Don't follow too closely. We can't have people thinking we're bathing together.
Alright. Well, you run along. I'll follow you. This is rather frustrating because I thought we took care of this and I needed more information. That's why I was hunting everybody down to know what else was going on. Like how everybody got here. But whatever, we did it. Oh, and the assassin was taken care of. I wonder if we didn't take care of the assassin. Whoa. Whoa. I'm very happy that we're making some progress. She will guide you. Okay. Boom, beep, boom. Definitely pretty in here when it's not dark and scurry. Oh, I guess I should talk to her.
All right, you're here. You were asking how I knew the young woman you met by the river was wearing a hood. Here, look down at the bottom of the baths. It's a little hard to make out in this light. If only we could see. Oh, what a marvelous lamp. But do you see it? Somebody waking up by a river in a forest to find a hooded figure with a coin. It's just as you described it, only your pronunciation is a little off. The name you heard wasn't Karen. It was C-H-A-R-O-N, as in Charon, the ferryman of the dead.
Called it! Karen.
Who, in exchange for the right coin, helps the souls of the newly deceased cross the Styx, the river that separates the land of the living from the land of the dead.
When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, but all I found was some loose change. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I take it you know what this means.
We all dead. This place is the Underworld.
I'm afraid so. It's all starting to make sense. All these people whose last memory was running from the fires toward the river. It seems none of them escaped with their lives after all. Perhaps we should be grateful they don't remember their final moments. It also tells us that the Golden Rule is the work of Pluto, the god of the Underworld, and why his epithet has always been Father of Riches. I know it's a lot to take in, and you look as if you have questions, so I'll try to answer them if I can.
So, we're dead?
That was my first thought too. In the old stories, the Underworld was where the souls of the deceased were taken. But it was also possible for the living to reach it without dying, if they were particularly fearless. So I'm afraid I don't know.
What can you tell us about Karen?
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting you're not from here. If you were Roman, or even Greek, you would know these stories. Each of them is slightly different, whether the storyteller was Plato, Homer, Virgil, or Ovid. But they always involved the souls of the dead meeting a grim ferryman named Charon on the bank of a river. It was said that he'd help the new arrival cross, only if they could pay him with a coin, an obol. That's why it was once our custom to bury our loved ones with a coin in their mouths. Charon's obol, we called it. Of course, an obol was a kind of Greek coin, because we inherited this knowledge from the Greeks.
So why didn't you all recognize Karen immediately?
To be fair, the ferryman isn't exactly as the poets described, and he, she, they seem to appear to different people in different guises. You say you saw a young woman named Karen with a hood, and I once heard Kabash mention a stranger in a ram headdress named Kirti. and Rufius described meeting a stranger named Kamut Tabal wearing an eagle headdress. But whatever form this stranger took, they were always wearing a hood of some sort, and their name always began with a K sound. I suspect the only way you'll solve this riddle is if your paths cross again.
What? Why are there... Yeah, so why are there so few people in the Underworld?
Good question. Let's see. In the stories, Charon would always require a coin as payment for passage across the river. But that never made any sense to me. What does an ancient immortal being need with coins? In our case, it seems Charon didn't take the coins we had. He or she merely checked we had one in our possession. So, maybe there's something special about the coins each of us had on us. That might explain why we wound up here, but so many others did not.
Were you trying to keep this from me? That's kind of a dick move, but we'll ask.
No. I mean, I had my suspicions, especially after Livia's ramblings, but I would never have figured it out without your help, I promise you.
So we already knew we were dead. We kind of figured that one out pretty quickly, but it's kind of cool the Karen, how they incorporated that.
If we don't want to be cast into gold for eternity. We don't have much to go on, except the old stories. I remember 4 in particular about heroes in the Underworld. Hercules, the demigod and son of Jupiter. Orpheus, a Thracian poet. Sisyphus, a king of Ephyra. And Aeneas, a Trojan hero. Hercules was able to leave the Underworld because he cowed its god with his strength. Sisyphus and Orpheus both relied on their wits instead. They persuaded the goddess of the Underworld, Proserpina, to help them escape. And finally, Aeneas was able to escape with the help of a spirit guide, who led him through a secret gate. So it seems you have 2 options: to confront the god of the Underworld head-on, or find a way to escape with the help of Proserpina or some other guide.
We can't escape. Well, can we escape the way we came in?
It's a reasonable question, but the problem is, this place is fairly well designed to keep us here. There's no way to climb up the shaft. And even if you could build a ladder big enough, just trying it would break the golden rule. We know that, thanks to the writings left behind by those who've tried.
I've noticed he seemed uncomfortable calling the god of the Underworld by his name. Why is that?
All Romans try to avoid saying it, and the reason is quite simple. He might hear us. You may refer to him as Pluto, if you wish, but you'll only be calling attention to yourself. Do so at your own peril.
Tell me more about confronting Pluto head-on.
Shh! Is everyone so blunt where you're from?
Sorry.
That option would be the boldest, but also the only way to learn the truth about the Golden Rule, and maybe even put an end to it. As I said, Hercules managed to overpower the god of the Underworld, but he was a demigod. Forgive my candor, but you are no Hercules.
That's fine. Hercules couldn't manipulate time or turn organic matter into gold.
Are you telling me that you can? I won't pretend to understand exactly what that means, but if that's true, then perhaps you stand a chance. So, if you want to confront him, I'll help you as much as I can. Who knows? Perhaps your name will be uttered in the same sentence as Hercules one day.
Razzie
But
10!
first, you'd need an audience with you-know-who, and for that, you'll need to enter the great temple overlooking the city. The problem is, the door has been sealed shut for as long as I've lived here, and there doesn't even seem to be a keyhole. I suspect the answer lies in the desecrated obelisk in front of it. I'm not sure if you noticed, but there are 4 plaques missing from its base. It looks as though somebody, or a series of somebodies, forcibly removed them, and in doing so, dishonored and angered our divine keeper.
Alright, we have
If
one.
you could recover and replace all 4 of those missing plaques, I imagine he might be willing to receive an audience again.
Can you tell me about the all blue? obelisks?
It's the towering stone monument with 4 sides and a pyramid-shaped head that stands before the great temple, a dedication to the god of this place. You'll find them all over Rome, but of course they were looted from Egypt many years ago. It seems one of them made its way here too, although how is a mystery. However, this one is unusual in that each of the 4 sides is decorated in a different style: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and another I don't recognize. That means you'll need to recover 4 different plaques: Roman, Greek, Egyptian, and a 4th, a mystery plaque.
I think we have the mystery one. All right, where would I find the Greek one?
I don't know. But perhaps you should begin your search with the local Greek fellow, Georgius. His store is in the forum.
Okay, what about the Egyptian one?
Perhaps Kabash, our Egyptian resident, will be able to tell us. Unfortunately, he disappeared weeks ago. But I did hear Aurelia is peddling rumors about him at the tavern, so perhaps you could talk to her, or just take a look in his room.
And where do I find the mystery?
I'm afraid you're on your own.
I think
with
I found that one.
But perhaps finding the other 3 will illuminate the way.
Unless I already have one, because we only talked about 3 and not 4. All right, let's talk about something else. Tell me more about escaping with the help of the
As I
guide.
mentioned, both Orpheus and Sisyphus were said to have persuaded Proserpina to help them escape, and Aeneas was guided to the exit. The problem is, those are the stories of a poet, a self-aggrandizing king, and a brawler about their own heroic deeds, so they should be taken with a grain of salt. First, Proserpina. What we do know about her is, well, it's a grim tale. It's said the god of the Underworld abducted and dragged her here against her will, forcing her into marriage.
That's horrible.
It is. The gods are a mirror image of mankind, as far as cruelty is concerned, I'm afraid. If the stories are true, I imagine she's as desperate to escape as we are. If she really did help Orpheus and Sisyphus, perhaps she'll help us too. The problem is, how do we communicate with her without being noticed by her captor? Leaving that aside for a moment, there is also the possibility of a spirit guide. I don't suppose you've come across one of those in your travels?
I hear the female statues whispering to me every now and then. I wonder, is that the girl that was chained up? Did we already find her?
Truly? And you're only bringing this up now? Then again, I suppose you were worried I'd think you were as mad as Navia. Can you tell me more? Is it the same voice? What kinds of thing does it say?
It always says the same. It's always the same voice, and she's helpful.
Fascinating.
A little cryptic.
Perhaps she is a benevolent spirit. Or perhaps... Perhaps you're hearing the voice of Proserpina herself.
Oh.
If she has indeed been abducted, it would make sense for her to speak in cryptic whispers to avoid detection. Tell me, has she told you anything that might lead you to the way out?
I already found a way to escape.
Truly? Then why are you still here?
Because the path will result in the deaths of nearly everyone here, and I don't want that.
Ah, I see. Then it seems you have made a great sacrifice for all of us, friend. I admire your compassion. Truly. Thank you. But unfortunately, I'm afraid your only other option will be to confront you-know-who.
All right, I'm ready to get started.
I would suggest not discussing this with anyone. The best we can do for them is to let them remain oblivious for as long as possible. As for Livia, it seems she's been shouldering the weight of this terrible secret all this time. Perhaps it would comfort her to know she's not alone.
All right, I'm gonna talk to her
In
first.
any case, time is of the essence, so you'd best begin. May Fortuna guide you. Although you may not need her with Proserpina on your side.
Oh, finally! Making some progress! Woo! You're not crazy! I'm glad there's a waypoint, because there is no way I'll remember how to get over there. Whoop! Oh no, it's getting dark. Shit. Damn it. There we go. You're not crazy!
49 melodies fetch again. Just as the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls. But it does not notice the crowds that come.
I figured it out. I know where we are.
Say it. Speak its name.
The Underworld.
Then it is true. I was right.
You were, girl.
I thought I saw it, but when the rest of them could not, I kept thinking I must have gone insane. I had to tell myself it was true over and over again, until I wasn't sure if I was deceiving myself. I must apologize if my words seem cryptic. I'd found comfort in reciting the Metamorphoses by our great poet Ovid. He gives such an uncanny description of this place. I cannot help but wonder if he himself came here. Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
I will do my best to remember the relevant verse. There is a downward path, gloomy with fatal yew trees. It leads through dumb silence to the infernal regions. The sluggish Styx exhales vapor, and by that way, the shadows of the newly dead descend, entombed with full rites, and the ghosts of those, at last, given proper burial. The wide, thorny waste is cold and pallid, and the newly arrived shades are ignorant of the road that leads to the Stygian city, where Black Dis has his cruel palace. As the ocean accepts the rivers of all the world, so this place accepts all the souls, and is never too small for any populace, nor notices the crowds that come. There the bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone. Some crowd the forum, some the house of the ruler of the depths. Others follow their trades, imitating their previous lives, and still others incur punishment. I hope I have done it justice, and now we share a secret. It's as if you've lifted a great burden from my shoulders. Thank you, friend. I think I should rest.
All right. So now what? All right, it's resolved. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to save the game. I'm gonna save it at the bottom. So yes. So save game. So the 40640. Because I want to try to do both endings. So create a paradox. So I already pissed her off. Find. All right. The day's gonna repeat itself. Shit. Are any of them here? What's your name again? Oh wait, what's... Kaboosh. Alright. Oh my gosh. The day is... I know! I think I ran out of time. Wait, where... Is he up here? Is he up here still? Georgie! No. Oh, I think that's him. George? Nope. Is he down here? George! George! Oh, how do we get down there? Where did this guy go? No. No. Aw.
Salve.
No. Yes.
Greetings. I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreign.
I know. I want, you want to know where I'm from, but I really want to ask you some questions.
My friend, your words intrigue me more and more. But yes, very well.
I'm on a
Ask me
time
what you
crunch.
will.
Do you know where I might find a Greek plaque?
And in a city full of Romans, you are asking me? Because I am Greek. Let me tell you something about Greeks and Romans. My name is Georgios, yes. But the Romans, they do not care. They hear me say Georgios, and they think, ah, he must mean Georgius. Good Roman name. They do this all the time. They see us worshipping Zeus, they copy us, but call him Jupiter. They take Hades and call him Pluto, Persephone, Proserpina. I am flattered that they copy our ideas, but why must they change the names? Do they want credit for making it all up? Do they want to forget where it came from? At first, I pull my hair out. After a while, I give up, and I become Georgius the Roman. I accept the world is Roman now. Plus, I have no hair left to pull.
No.
But my point is this. If you want to know who stole an old Greek name, look no further than the sticky-fingered Romans. The plague you seek was pilfered from a collection of old Greek relics by none other than Dully. He cannot help it. Like a typical Roman, he likes shiny things, especially those that once belonged to my people. And besides, it makes him happy. So I say, let him keep it. I believe he still has it with him, in his cell, just opposite the Temple of Demeter.
Alright, thank you.
I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend.
I'm still checking your store. Alright. Oh.
Greetings and salutations.
Oh, the Greek plaque's in there. What are you doing in here? Alright.
That's quite an impressive bow you have there. Just like
Have we
Diana's.
met before?
Yes.
Do you like it? It's shiny, innit?
Give it to me!
It makes me happy just looking at it.
May I please have it?
But if I gave it to you, then I wouldn't have it
I'm gonna have
anymore,
to-
and I'd be sad.
Salve.
I need it for something really important. Alright. So what's it gonna take for you to give it to me? Okay.
But it's mine, and I really like it. I want to keep it.
Alright, what's gonna take for you to give it to me?
Well, if you get me out of here, then I wouldn't need it anymore because I'd already be happy.
Alright.
Then you could have it, and you'd be happy too.
There's no way he will release you, but perhaps if we had a new magistrate.
Like Galerius. He's nice. I like Galerius. He made me a doll and everything.
So all I need is to persuade everyone to vote for him.
Yeah, Galerius will let me out.
I'm
Then
gonna
you
have to
can
repeat
my
the day.
plaque, and everyone will be happy. Bye-bye.
Can I, like, steal it? Where is it? Give it to me!
Hello.
No.
Bye-bye.
So, the plaque is in there. The Egyptian one. And that is over here. I do this every time.
I wonder how much one of these statues
Beautiful.
is worth on the outside.
Back again. Couldn't stay away, huh?
I'm looking for... what's his face?
Not for a few weeks now. Last time I saw him, he was sitting at a table with Georgius, whispering about some job. I remember because they kept looking over their shoulders as if they didn't want anyone else to know. So, naturally, I hovered.
Naturally.
The one word I kept hearing was vanishing, and then, the next day, Kabash just disappeared. Coincidence? I think not. All right, see ya.
Alright, and we running. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's no time.
Greetings and salutations. Hello again, my sartorial. Ah, I knew this day would come. I do not wish to lie to you, my friend, but even discussing this matter is dangerous.
He killed him.
Please, let us leave the live coals safely beneath the ash.
You can trust me. We're foreigners. Have to stick together, remember?
Very well, but the magistrate would not look kindly upon this, so please keep it to yourself.
Alright.
For several months now, I have been sneaking out at night to worship the gods of my ancestors in the temple of Demeter. Each day, I leave offerings of food in the hope that we may have a bountiful harvest, and yet the next day when I return, the food is missing. So I ask, who or what is devouring the food in this temple? Stranger still. Once I sat in front of my shop like the 100-eyed Argus until dawn to see if I could spot a thief going in, but do you know what I saw?
I have no idea.
Nothing. Nobody entered, and yet when I went to take a look, my offering was gone. It is bizarre, is it not? When I told my friend Kabash of this at the tavern, he offered to help investigate. He went in, and to my dismay, he was never seen again.
I'm off to the temple then. Oh, where is it?
It is the only Greek temple in the city. Head towards the baths, and it is the last building on your right.
Oh.
I do not think you should pursue this, my friend. It would break my heart to be responsible for 2 people disappearing. But you do not strike me as a kind of person to be deterred by such warnings, so just be careful, I beg you.
Not that one. Alright. Come out, wherever you are. Oh, we found this before. Wait. Is there anything of interest in here? The statue, probably goddess of whom the temple is dedicated. Perhaps a local Greek resident knows more about her. All right, we did that. All right. So I was afraid to go through this before. I was scared. Now I'm not. Oh. And we're loading. So then we have to figure out where the mystery one is. Oh, where would that be? Hello? He's gonna be friendly, right? Oh my gosh. Whoa! Well, hello!
You carry the gift of Prometheus in your hand. Remarkable. Welcome, welcome. May I ask your name?
Erazitin.
It's a sincere pleasure to meet
The second.
you. Tell me, what brings you all the way down here?
You? I'm looking for a plaque that was removed from the...
Ah, Kabash. I know this man. He came through here some weeks ago. I will tell you everything I know, but first, a request. I have been living down here alone for many years, with nobody to talk to but myself. The one thing I long for above all else before I die is a good philosophical argument.
All right, here we
with
go.
Somebody astute. I'm hoping that person is you. Let us find out with this simple question. Have you deduced the name of the god responsible for the Golden Rule?
Yes.
Excellent. I see you are indeed quite astute. Very few come to that realization before their time in the sun is over. Now, will you join me in a friendly Socratic dialogue?
Sure.
Wonderful. Then let me begin with a question. Would you say you know the difference between right and wrong?
I'm not sure, it's a complex question.
You are an overthinker too. We're the same then. It is probably why I became a philosopher. But if you struggle with right and wrong normally, then down here with the Golden Rule, surely your struggle can only have become more difficult.
It is.
Well, that's reassuring. And the truth is, you're not alone. You see, out there in the world, being uncertain about right and wrong was acceptable because our mistakes rarely had consequences. So we would tell lies and bend rules and turn a blind eye and rationalize, and yet still find a way to think of ourselves as good people. But under the Golden Rule, morality matters. The slightest wrongdoing could result in a mass execution. So to navigate this maze, we would have to be certain about the difference between right and wrong. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
So let me ask you this. Is there one system of morality which is always perfectly correct, which you could follow in every situation and always do the right thing?
There's more than one.
How can that be?
Oh no!
Since they all have differences, it follows that in some cases they would offer different conclusions about what is right and wrong. If there is a correct moral code, then wouldn't it follow that only one can be the correct one?
The correct moral code depends on the law and customs of which society you're in. Maybe there's no correct... I'm gonna go with that one.
Are you sure? Or is it possible that humans simply haven't figured out the right system yet?
I think there's no such thing as a correct moral... I guess we haven't figured it out yet?
After hundreds of years, and as many great thinkers dedicating their lives
What do
to
you
these
want me to
questions,
say?
what hope do we have? if our best and brightest haven't been able to answer them?
So what's your point?
My point is this. I don't think anyone alive truly knows any hard and fast rules about right and wrong.
Fair point.
If there is one thing I have observed about rules, it is that virtuous people do not need them, and evil people will always find a way around them. And so we must accept our limitations, and the sad truth that no human society will ever achieve the utopia for which it strives. In mathematics, we would call it an asymptote, a line that can be approached but never reached. Because the only way to create a utopia is with the ever-present threat of force, such as the Golden Rule. This and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs when he first appears as a protector. And life under tyranny is no utopia at all.
I agree, actually.
I'm glad to hear that. In any case, thank you for humoring an old man. I would be happy to answer your questions.
Can I pause? And we will interrogate the stranger in the next episode of Friday Night Gaming. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye!